Start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyate Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, today is the very auspicious appearance of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So we'll recite prayers to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur as well. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Niti Namine Shrivarshabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojvala Premadhya Shri Rupanugha Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostate Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Dhvanta Harine. Hare Krishna. So when I was studying about Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, we are going to have exclusive katha on Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur tomorrow. Because tomorrow is Saturday, Sadhu Sangha, our celebrations here at ISKCON, Manitoba, Winnipeg. So I have been given this wonderful opportunity to glorify this illustrious Acharya, Simha Guru, Lion Acharya, who used to... Okay, I don't want to tell more. I want to create suspense for tomorrow. So we'll try our level best to stream this so that many devotees can be served by remembering this glorious Acharya. But one thing I want to mention is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to recite this verse from Bhagavatam. In fact, among all the scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam is something which is Vaishnava's favorite, right? Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramahamsamekam Amalam Jnanam Prayam Giyate Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmyama Vishkritam Tachrinvan Supatan Vicharana Paro Bhaktya Vimuche Nara. So for a devotee, it's Vaishnavanam Priyam. Srimad Bhagavatam is very dear to Vaishnavas. So it's very obvious that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur loved Srimad Bhagavatam. In fact, every Acharya, everyone is a lover of Bhagavatam because Bhagavatam is Krishna. He used to recite this shloka from the 12th canto, 12th chapter, shloka number 55. He used to keep reciting this. Havismriti Krishna Padara Vindayor Shinotya Bhadrani Cha Shamtanoti Sattvasya Shuddhim Paramatma Bhaktim Jnanam Cha Vijnana Viraga Yuktam. So what does this shloka tell? This shloka tells us that Avismritim Krishna Padara Vindayor. If you somehow or the other remember the lotus feet of Krishna, Avismritim Padara Krishna Padara Vindayor. Somehow or the other we remember Krishna's lotus feet. Right? Lotus feet of Krishna is service to Krishna. Lotus feet of Krishna is Krishna's personality, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's holy name, Krishna's devotees. Yes, that's what is the meaning. Krishna's lotus feet is a very, very broad spectrum. What happens Number one, there are four things that happen one after the other. The first thing is Kshinoti Abhadrani. All the inauspicious obstacles which are on the path of a devotee, which are obstructing the devotee, Kshinoti, they are destroyed. Kshinoti Abhadrani. That's the first thing. Cha Shamtanoti. And what happens? All the auspiciousness keeps spreading from the devotee. Tam tan. Shamtanoti. The auspiciousness keeps spreading. Sham is auspiciousness, tanoti is to spread. And this is Shubhada. These are the first two lakshanas of bhakti, right? Kleshagni and Shubhada. The inauspicious sufferings are ended, that is Kleshagni, the first characteristic of pure devotional service. And the second is Shubhada. And what is the meaning of Shubhada? Shubhada has two major meanings. There are four actually. Two are major. Number one is a devotee's heart is blessed with many divine qualities. And Shubhada also means that this devotee becomes an instrument of glorifying Krishna all over the world. He spreads auspiciousness, preaching Krishna consciousness, preaching the holy name. Yes. Then what happens? Sattvasya Shuddham. Sattvasya Shuddham means, Sattva means one's existence. But in this context, Prabhupada and Acharyas, Prabhupada is not given translation to this, but the Acharyas, they say Sattvasya is the heart. Sattvasya Shuddhim. The anarthas in the heart are completely cleansed. Sattvasya Shuddhim. And then the fourth, Paramatma Bhaktim. We get Para Atma. Krishna here is not referred to as super soul. Paramatma Bhakti means Param Atma. We are Jivatma. Krishna is Param Atma, the supreme entity. Right? Paramatma Bhakti. One is established with Paramatma Bhakti, Prema Bhakti, loving devotion service in one's heart. And what is that Bhakti? Jnanam cha Vijnana Viraga Yuktam. This Bhakti has three innate elements in itself. It has knowledge, it is realization, and it also has the detachment. Vasudevi Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitah Janayati Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Chatata Hetukum. So, all these elements are present. So, this was Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's favorite verse. So, he used to keep reciting this. It's a beautiful shloka for memorization, those who want. It's 12:12:55. Yeah, so taking begin our discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam. I have been given the verse 1.5.34. We are continuing the theme of Narada's instructions on Srimad Bhagavatam for Vyasadeva. And today we are going to continue this discussion with 34th verse. What did we see yesterday? Yesterday, there was a graphic example which was given that how if one substance is causing a disease, that very substance transformation that can be the medicine, just like you guys lose motion. Then the same milk product which is curd is something that can control the bowel movement. Correct? So that is the example. So similarly, it is karma that leads to samsara. Repeated birth and death is caused by karma, material activities. But you don't have to give up activities. We'll have to engage those activities in service of Krishna. Spiritualize those activities. That's what is the advice given by Narada to Vyasadeva. So now we will go to the next verse. In this particular verse, there is a clarification, further elaboration. There's a further elaboration on what was discussed already. The same theme of activities dedicated to the Lord is elaborated. Same theme. Evam nrinam kriya yoga sarve samsriti hetavah tave ta evatma vinashaya kalpante kalpitah pare. Evam nrinam kriya yoga सर्वे संसृति हेतवः तवेवात्मा विनाशाय कल्पन्ते कल्पिता परे एवं नृणां क्रिया योगाः सर्वे संसृति हेतवः त एवात्मा विनाशाय कल्पन्ते कल्पिता परे. I really like it when students, before even I tell to recite the shloka, their hands are up. Very nice. Yes, Mother Shalini, you can start. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna everyone, through pranams. Evam nrinam kriya yoga sarve samsriti hetavah taevatma vinashaya kalpante kalpitah pare. Hare Krishna.
Sadhu, sadhu, very nice. Nisha Prabhu, you're next.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you. And we pronounce Evam Niram Kriya Yoga Sarve Samsrita Hetavaha Ta Evatmana Vinashaya Katyante Kalpita Pare. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Geeta Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Evam nuna kriya yoga sarve sanskriti hetavaha ta evatma vinashaya kalpante kalpitaha pare. Tanvat pranam.
Thank you. I want to give a chance to everyone to recite actually, but that way then the discussion will become less. So in interest of time, other devotees will give chance to read, don't worry. Okay, so Annamanjari Prabhu, you can read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam. Thus, when all the man's activities are dedicated to the service of the Lord, those very activities which caused his perpetual bondage become the destroyer of the tree of the world. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So this is very specifically spoken, very specifically what happens when Nrinam, any person, Nrinam means generally any human being, whoever you are, without discrimination. Evam Nrinam, thus the human beings, when they perform this act of Kriya Yoga. Now this Kriya Yoga may look like another yoga. Oh, what is this, Prabhu? There is Karma Yoga, Gyan Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Kriya Yoga. It's another yoga which is there. Yes, is this some kind of other yoga? I'm asking if my voice is breaking. Am I clear now at least? Somewhat. At least now. Previously it may be breaking, but what about now? I'll try to do something. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Is this better? Better? Okay, fine, good. Because ultimately sound vibration is that's going to purify every one of us here. So it's very important to get the right experience of the sound vibration. Okay, thank you for confirming that the sound vibration is on. Okay, that's the meaning of ISKCON. Is your Krishna consciousness on? And that happens when the sound vibration is on. Okay, let's get back. So, Evam Nrinam Kriya Yoga. What is this Kriya Yoga? So, Kriya Yoga is, yoga means dedicating to Lord. That's called yoga. Connecting with the Lord. And what is this Kriya? Now, here is where I would like to give you 4 definitions of Kriya. Because Kriya can refer to 4 things. Now, please note down. Kriya Yoga is also a category of Karma Yoga. But it refers to number 1, Nitya Karmas. The first type of karma is Nitya Karma, which means everybody's daily duties. That's called Nitya Karma. Number 2, duties to fulfill specific desires. They are called as Kamya Karma. Yes, if you have particular desires, they may be material desires, but there is a religious way. There is a way of religiously fulfilling those desires with the Shastras. They are called as Kamya Karmas. Number 2. Number 3 is periodical duties, Naimittika Karma. It is not something like Nitya Karma is, for a Brahmana, it's offering Gayatri. Yes, that is Nitya Karma. For a Grahastha, offering charity, it's Nitya Karma every day. Actually, Grahastha is supposed to offer charity every day to a Brahmana, but today in Kali Yuga, at least even once a month they are doing it, it's a big deal. They are supposed to welcome guests every day. Prabhupada said, my father was a mediocre man, he was not very well off, but still every day he used to feed at least minimum of 4 sadhus. He used to feed them and then he used to seek blessings. Please bless my son to be a pure devotee of Srimati Radharani. Yes, at least 4 or 5 sadhus he used to feed. So that was the standard. Atithi Satka, this is the duty of Grahastha. So these are all Nitya Karmas actually. They are supposed to be done every day. Of course, one may say, Prabhu, what about our japa? And okay, coming to that, wait, that is not in the category of, this is in the category of offering duties to Krishna. Yes, this is sort of material duties, but we are offering it to Krishna, that category. So that's why at church, Nitya Karma is japa, chanting, Bhagavatam, they are all Nitya Karmas, on the platform of soul. But right now we are discussing how materially people can also offer their things to Krishna. That is a discussion. So first is Nitya Karma, daily duties, I gave example. Second is Kamya Karma. Okay, now somebody wants to beget a son. So they Putra Kamishta Yajna. It's a Kama, it's a desire. So they perform Putra Kamishta Yajna. Like Nabhi is a classic example. In the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is Nabhi and Meru Devi. So they wanted a Krishna conscious son. But the yajna was so nice that Krishna himself came as their son. And thus Nabhi and Meru Devi gave birth to Rishabhadev, an incarnation of Krishna. Correct? So that is Kamya Karma, offering Kamya Karma to Krishna. Yes, whatever desires we have, we would like to offer it to Krishna. The third is Naimittik Karma, is periodical duties. Naimittik Karma is like a performing of Shraddha. Yes, oblations to the forefathers. Pitru Tarpana. They are called as Naimittika Karmas, which periodically come time to time. This also is come under the category of Kriya Yoga. And the fourth aspect of Kriya Yoga is Nishkama Karma, desireless duties. And this Nishkama Karma is everybody's occupational duties. A person performing Kriya Yoga, it is compulsory that this person is performing his Varnashram duties without any fruit, without any desires, and his dedication is he wants to offer it to Krishna. Atapumbir dvijasreshta varnashrama vibhagasah swanushtitasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam. I am doing my varnashram duties as a matter of pleasing Krishna, to please Krishna. Example, Lokasangrahe vayam astito janakadayah. So Krishna himself quotes the example of Janak Maharaj. He performed his desireless duties, Nishkam Karma, with the desire to please Krishna. And that's the platform on which Krishna wanted Arjuna also to fight the war. Fight the war on this Nishkam Karma. So these all 4 come under Kriya Yoga. Quick recap, Nitya Karma, daily duties. Kamya Karma, you have a particular desire, yes, you can fulfill it through, that is also coming under the category of Kriya Yoga. You have a desire, okay, religiously get it fulfilled. Naimittik Karma, periodical duties like Shraddha. And final, that is also done for Krishna consciousness. So devotees, they gather they gather devotees to their home, do kirtan, feed the devotees, Vaishnavas, Brahman Vaishnavas, feed them nicely, the forefathers are delivered. Yes, so Naimittik Karma also have to be performed in a Krishna conscious way, offering it to Lord. And finally, one's Varnashram duties also have to be performed like that. So what is the result of such a Kriya Yoga? Yes, evam nrinam Kriya Yoga sarve samsmriti hetave. So this kind of offering, when one performs, samsmriti or the samsara is destroyed. Yes. Eva atma vinashaya. Atma samsuriti vinashaya. So here the word Atma, Prabhupada translates as the tree of work. The tree of karma is considered, karma is a tree. Why is the material existence? What do we learn in Bhagavad Gita? The 15th chapter, Purushottam Yoga. What do we learn? Urdhva moolam adaha shakam ashvatta prahuravyayam chandamsi yasya paranani sattvam veda savedavit. A person who is a true knower knows this, material existence. Actually, this is the entanglement of a jiva in material existence to be like a downward banyan tree. Yes, which is having its root upwards and the branches downwards. It's actually reflection. But this is the complicated network of karma. That is why this is called as tree of work. So this tree of work is cut asanga shastrena dhridena chitva. It is cut off. By what? By dedicating activities to Lord. When we perform Kriya Yoga for the pleasure of Lord, when it's offered, then this is cut. Atma vinashaya kalpante kalpita pare. So thus become dedicated. Kalpita pare. Pare is the transcendental. Transcendental dedication is important. In this world, everybody is dedicated. Agreed or disagreed? Yes. Everybody is dedicated to something or the other. A person who is lazy bum, he is dedicated to sleep. He is dedicated to his body. Yes. A lusty person is dedicated to woman. A business person, a person earning money is dedicated to his company, to his business empire. Everybody is dedicated to something. So that's what Bhaktivedanta Thakur says. Vishay eche priti ache amar Tehi mata priti hug bhajane tumar. Whatever Vishay priti I have dedication towards Vishaya, the sense objects. Let it turn towards, that dedication turn towards bhajane tumar. Let me have dedication towards Krishna bhajan. Yes, that is what is the repeated theme of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so now we have how many hands up? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hands are up. We'll start. We'll divide the purport into 4 parts and we'll read. Sachidanand Prabhu, you can begin.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Please start, Prabhu.
Okay. Fruitive work which had perpetually engaged the living being is compared to the banyan tree in the Bhagavad Gita. For it is certainly very deeply rooted. As long as the propensity for enjoying the fruit of work is there, one has to continue the transmigration of the soul from one body or place to another, according to one's nature of the work. The propensity for enjoyment may be turned into the desire for serving the mission of the Lord. By doing so, one's activity is changed into Karma Yoga, or the way by which one can attain spiritual perfection while engaging in the work for which he has a natural tendency. Here the word Atma indicates the categories of all fruitive work.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. As a part of military training, the essence of all training is obedience to instruction. So what they do is they give a command to the cadets, attention. So everybody stands in attention position. And after that, the commanding officer tells the other JCOs, etc., to leave some snakes. So the snakes come, and they're doing yani kani chapapani, they're circumambulating the soldiers. Sometimes they climb on their body, they have to remain stiff, they cannot leave the position. The command is attention, savdhan, they have to remain like that. The snake may come till here and go like this, still they should not move. That's the test of obedience. Yeah, it happens, that's a part of training. But those snakes, their fangs and teeth is removed. Then there is no problem, right? When the teeth and fangs of the snake, the poisonous part is removed, then the snake is harmless. That's what even Prabodhanand Saraswati says. Kaivalyam narakayate tridashapur akasha pushpayate durdantendriya kala sarpa patali protkaladam strayate vishwam purna sukhayate vidhi mahendradischa kitayate yat karunya kataksha vaivavatam das gauraya tasmai namaha. So when the snakes, you remove the poisonous, so the senses are compared to snakes. Senses are those snakes which really are harmful. Okay, so Abhishek Kumar, we have an Indian Navy officer here. I've seen this, but it's a part of training for macros and special forces. Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Yeah, but you have seen this training. I'm not bluffing. I've spoken to people who've gone through this training. I have some students in the para commando troop also, 9 paratroopers commando. So they tell me all this. So you remove the snake. So what is the teeth of the snake? Indriya is the snake, which is very harmful for us. But what is that? A poison. The poison is the bhogavritti, enjoying mentality. The enjoyment, tendency to enjoy is removed. But how can the tendency to enjoy be removed? It can only be removed by replacing it with serving in the mission of the Lord. So that's why Srila Prabhupada is so merciful. He has given us this mission. And take it ahead. Yeah, continue this mission of spreading Krishna consciousness to others. Because it is said, even in martial arts, that attack is the best form of defense. You don't have to defend like this. Attack is the best form of defense. So we have to preach Krishna consciousness. That's the way by which we can be saved from Maya. How do you understand a subject matter nicely? By teaching it. That's how it works. You teach a subject matter, you will understand it nicely. Similarly, how do you become more Krishna conscious? By preaching Krishna consciousness. That's how we become Krishna conscious. It's very, very important. So Prabhupada has given us this mission. Through this mission, everybody can be encouraged. So somebody may say, Prabhuji, I'm not so very good at speaking. I'm not a speaker. What do I do? Okay, what are you good at? Says, Prabhuji, I'm good at painting. Okay, paint for Krishna. Prabhupada engaged all of his devotees in painting for Krishna. There were 6 devotees in Boston in those days. These devotees said, we would like to join the university, Boston University, and there we will take a painting course and paint. Prabhupada said, nothing doing. They said, how do we paint? He said, you remember Krishna and paint. That was first challenge. They put faith in Prabhupada and they started painting. Then they said, Prabhupada, what we are going to do is we divide the devotees into the number of paintings and give it to one devotee so that they can do it end to end. Prabhupada said, nothing doing. We will have this assembly layout. One devotee does this, and painting never happens like that. One devotee will do the bordering, the other devotee will do the filling, and then this person will do the painting, the other person will do the finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they said, this is impossible. Prabhupada said, do it. And that's how our Krishna art gallery came up. Trust me, even when B.R. Chopra, he released the Mahabharata in 1986, he used all ISKCON pictures. Many places, they use ISKCON art galleries pictures to, as such, to show this wonderful depict Krishna's pastimes. Why? Why? Because it's very, very important to understand this mercy of spiritual masters there, and this devotee is dedicated. They had just a desire to paint, and Prabhupada engaged them and they painted amazingly. There was another devotee, asked him, what you are doing? Do you have experience of publishing magazines? He said, I have experience of reading magazine. He said, very good, you become our BBT head in charge. My God. You somewhere you have a natural tendency, just do it. Natural tendency is there. You do, and then that's amazing. You do that. Wow. So that's why then a spiritual master identifies the natural tendency of disciple and engages the disciple expertly. Okay. So next is, yes, Meenakshi Krishna Prabhu. You can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The conclusion is that when the result of all fruitive and other work is dovetailed with the service of the Lord, it will cease to generate further karma and will gradually develop into transcendental devotional service, which will not only cut off completely the root of the banyan tree of work, but will also carry the performer to the lotus feet of the Lord.
Exactly. I'll just, you can read this much. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhu. In the summary is that one has to, first of all, seek the association of pure devotees who not only are learned in the Vedanta but are self-realized souls and unalloyed devotees of Lord Sri Krishna. The personality of Godhead in that association, the neophyte devotees must render loving service physically and mentally without reservation.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So devotee is not just after mukti. That's why if you see Bilvamangal Thakur, he says, Bhakti stvai stiratara bhagavan yadisyat daivena na phalati divya kishora murti muktim swayam mukulutangali sevate smat dharma artha kama gataya samaya pratiksha. So here it's not just talking about liberation. That's the first part that she read. It's not just liberation, one gets Krishna Bhakti. And a person who gets Krishna Bhakti, there are 4 ladies who chase after that person. Dharma Devi, Artha Devi, Kama Devi and Moksha Devi, Mukti Devi. All these Devi comes, and out of these 4 of them, they all say, Mukti Devi, you are the senior devotee, senior person. You go ahead. So Mukti comes and she is standing with folded hands. Sir, can I serve you? You have bhakti. Can I serve you? And Dharma, Artha, Kama, Gataya, Samaya, Pratiksha, they are all waiting behind. Dharma, Artha, Kama. So it is not just that cutting of this tree of work means the person is just simply liberated. No. One attains the lotus feet of Krishna. It is bhakti that one gets. Bhaktis tvai stiratara bhagavan yadisyat. Somehow he gets bhakti. That's important. Now, how to get that bhakti? That bhakti is begotten only and only in association of pure devotee. That's why these two are connected. I made her read both. Because we cannot think of bhakti without devotees. Yes. Durlabam manusho deho dehinam shanamangurei tatapi durlabam manye vaikunta priyadarshanam. It's very rare to get a human body because there's a facility to perform bhakti. But it's impossible to perform bhakti because rarer is Vaikunta Priya Darshanam. Vaikunta is Krishna. Vaikunta Priya are his pure devotees. And once somebody has that darshan with that pure devotee, contact with that pure devotee, that's it. That person's bhakti is going to begin. In fact, in one of the Shastra it is said, the moment somebody meets a pure devotee, comes in contact with pure devotee and starts bhakti, in the Satyaloka, Brahmaji starts preparing a very nice kheer, sweet rice. He starts cooking nice kheer. Okay, here is kheer for our Sham Sundar Prabhu. He's preparing very nicely. And by the time the kheer, in fact, the kheer starts preparation, but this dude, Brahma looks just to check whether this person will come and eat the kheer, but he's gone back to Godhead. So fast, time is relative, right? So Brahma started preparing kheer for all of us. Hari bol. Yes, because we have come in contact with the bona fide movement of Srila Prabhupada. Yes, and this is the place where bhakti is possible. So we should never really leave. And one thing which is mentioned here is once we come in contact, then we should serve without any physical or mental reservation. We discussed this particular shloka, you remember? Saveda datuk padavim parasya duranta viryasya rathanga panera. This particular yo amamaya santataya anuvritya bhajeta tattvada sarojigandam. So there are 3 ways in which you have to do bhajan. Yo amayaya santataya anuvritya. Anuvritya means under a pure devotee. Santataya means constantly, but the first quality is what? Yo mayaya. Amayaya means without reservation. Somebody has wealth but doesn't engage in Krishna's service is called dhanakapati. Somebody has strength but still doesn't engage that in Krishna's service is called dhankapati. So we should not be kapati, holding back. So that without reservation, that is the kind of bhakti we should do. Okay, Amit Thakur Prabhu, nice to see you. You can read next. Where are you? Here. Yeah, I saw your name. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. This service attitude will induce the great souls to be more favorable in bestowing their mercy, which injects the neophyte with all the transcendental qualities of the pure devotees. Gradually, this is developed into a strong attachment to hearing the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, which makes him able to catch up the constitutional position of the gross and subtle bodies, and beyond them the knowledge of the pure soul and his eternal relation with the Supreme Soul, the personality of Godhead.
I'll just check how much more is there because I want to give a chance. Okay, we'll give a chance to Riya Mataji.
Yes.
Thank you. This one example comes to my mind after hearing this. I quote this many times. This Param Puja Radha Govind Swami Maharaj, such a realized personality of Srimad Bhagavatam, such a lover of Srimad Bhagavatam. And he was served by his very dear disciple. He served without reservation. He very attentively served. His Holiness Gaur Krishna Prabhu he was. Gaur Krishna Das Goswami Maharaj. He served his spiritual master with so much of care, attention, organizing his kathas. And with such kind of service, he developed such taste for Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. And then when Maharaj instructed him to give katha, we find there is absolutely no difference between the spiritual master and disciple when they speak. We cannot, it's very hard to tell who is speaking. Yes, we cannot tell who is speaking. Because they speak not only just their tone, their language, their realizations, the way they recite Srimad Bhagavatam, it's all just the same. So the first thing that happens when we serve a great soul is Vasudeva Katharuchi. That's what is 1.2.6, right? Sushrusho Shraddhadanasya Vasudeva Katharuchi. Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirthani Shevanat. So the three things that Mahaprabhu gave us. Number one, the first principle that Mahaprabhu taught is Vaishnav Seva. And Vaishnav Seva means serving those Vaishnavas who genuinely have taste for the name, for the katha. Yes, serving those Vaishnavas. Then what happens? Namaruchi. One develops taste, transcendental taste for holy name, Vasudev Katharuchi. Shravan Kirtan becomes very relishable. That's the immediate effect of rendering service to pure devotee. And then what happens? Then you get the strength, you get the Shakti. Krishna Shakti Vinanahi Tara Pravartan. You get that power, you get empowerment to preach Krishna consciousness, to spread the name. Yes, and then that's how preaching happens. Yes. Okay. Riya Mataji, you can conclude. You have your hand up. Yes, please read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
After?
After the relation is ascertained by establishment of the eternal relation, pure devotional service to the Lord begins gradually developing into perfect knowledge of the personality of Godhead, beyond the purview of impersonal Brahman and localized Paramatma. By such Purushottama Yoga, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, one is made perfect even during the present corporeal existence, and one exhibits all the good qualities of the Lord to the highest percentage. Such is the gradual development by association of pure devotees. Thank you.
Haribo. Jai, very nice. So what is mentioned here is by the association of pure devotees, what happens? Gradually you develop attachment to hearing. And when you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, what happens? When you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, then Krishna is established as the irrevocable fact. Yes. And then once that has happened, then one develops states, Ruchi, one becomes attached to Krishna. And finally, at the stage of Prema, it is Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayate. Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam. One gets the complete realization, scientific realization of the Lord. That's what Prabhupada calls as Purushottam Yoga. Yes, so that happens. And then it is not that one attains Godhead at the end of life. No. Even in this duration of life, one attains the Godhead. Yes. We will get the direct experience, Vasudeva Anubhuti. One gets the direct experience of Krishna. It is possible. And what is the result? That one has got that experience, just like Devaki. When Krishna was in the womb of Devaki, even Kamsa could see her. She has become extraordinarily beautiful. She's not, my sister was beautiful, but then she's extraordinarily beautiful now. What has happened? Kamsa also could make out that she is impregnated with Krishna. She is pregnant with Krishna. That is Vasudeva Tattva Vijnanam, Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam. Person has become pregnant with Krishna. Yes, that time all the divine qualities manifest. So much so that the demigods, they all came and they offered Garbhastuti. The offering of obeisances was to the Supreme Lord in the womb, but they also offer respects to the bearer of the Supreme Lord. And thus, the quality of a pure devotee is such that even the demigods of the three worlds, the Lokapalas, Chira Lokapalas, they also worship the pure devotee. That's why we say, He Bejaj Gushuk Tribhuvana. We sing every day in the Guru Puja that Sri Prabhupada's glories throughout the world. In fact, even Vedegaya Jahara Charito, the Vedas sing of glory of such a person. Yes, so such is the personality one becomes by relentless association of such pure devotees. We need to keep doing it. So it is gradual development. We need to have patience. At the same time, let's be enthusiastic. Okay, so there are two questions which have come in the chat which I would like to read quickly and take, and then we conclude at 8 exactly. Even after following the ABCDE, why do we still engage in unfair practices or hold grudges for other beings? Why the anarthas keep re-emerging? Why we blame God, situations and others, what's happening in our life? Why ego comes between forgiving and being compassionate for others? So we are engaged in the process of bhajana kriya. Bhajan has that potency to purify the anarthas. But we need to understand why does the purification take time? Because we have committed apradhs in some lifetime or the other. This is what His Holiness Bhanu Maharaj told me. Yes, Nama is very powerful. But because we have committed apradh to a Vaishnava in one of the lifetimes previously, that apradh is stopping us from progressing so swiftly. Yes. So that is why at least we don't commit more apradhas. Because anarthas are 4 types of anarthas. There is sukritotta, dushkritotta, bhaktiotta, aparadhotta. Yes, the 4 types of anarthas. The first one is dushkritotta. You perform sins, you get anarthas. Sukritotta, you perform pious activities also, you get some anarthas. Like you look at Nriga. He was doing charity, pious activity, but he still got a hellish condition, right? That's the danger of charity. We're disconnected from Krishna consciousness. Then bhakti yotta, yes, even while performing devotional service, if we commit offenses during devotional service, it can be the seva aparadhs, while worshipping deities, or it can even be nama aparadh. That leads to certain anarthas. And finally, aparadhotta. Aparadhotta means by offending pure devotees, we get those anarthas. So while doing ABCD, we do ABCD nicely, but do we follow? We should never even mentally offend devotees. That is the one thing we have to take care. The time is up. I'll quickly take it one. Prabhuji, I have one practical question. When problems come, we can't focus in chanting. It's controlling mentality. Despite reminding oneself Krishna is the ultimate controller, still we end up struggling with the mind. How to come out of this? Hare Krishna. Yes, all I have to say is we are not chanting the rounds to perfect the chanting. We are not siddhas. We should be chanting the round in the mood of taking shelter of Krishna. So that is why repeatedly we have to remember these words. Ai nanda taitanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavamuda. I am patit, I am fallen. Because the moment humility comes, chanting becomes continuous. Trinadapi shunechena, then kirtaniya sadhari has to happen. And how to show that Trinadapishu Nichana? Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram. Oh Krishna, I am your servant who has fallen down to material existence. Kindly pick me up and place me as a dust particle at your lotus feet. So if this prayer, in fact, this whole mood that we are not the controller of japa, I couldn't chant attentively, who are we? Our goal is to take shelter. So the moment we do that, we will find that we'll come out of the struggle. Our goal in chanting is not to struggle with the mind. Our goal of chanting is to seek shelter of Krishna. We focus on this, chanting will be the most blissful experience. Okay?